Here's what we're going to do. Blank document. My credentials sure are not out of date. That's incorrect. Group A. All right. So we got Group A. We got Group B. Group C. It does not help. No, it does. It sure fucking doesn't, Flynn. But that's the way it's gonna be. And we got Group D. Okay. Now we're gonna have 4 pools. Okay. We're gonna have 4 pools of teams. I'm telling you how it's gonna go. No. Give me this. Excellent. Excellent. Okay. Pool 1. We'll have the best teams. All right. Pool 1 will have BDS. Oh. So BDS. We'll have TSM. We'll have Giants Gaming. And we'll have Cloud9. Pool 2. We'll have Liquid. We'll have DZ. We'll have NIP. And we'll have SSG. All right, those are the next top 4. Excellent. Pool 3, and this is just going in order, obviously, off the standings. We'll have 1. We'll have Virtus Pro. We'll have Wildcard. We'll have Empire. Pool 4. We'll have FaZe. We'll have OXG. We'll have G2. And we'll have Mibber. And then Pool 5, we're going to have the greatest of pools. Obviously, this is going to be the qualifier teams. Which, if you'll remember, CAG, Alt, Makers, and I'm just going to go ahead and assume it's ints. I'm going to go ahead and assume it's ints. All right. Mibber. Okay. Now we're going to use random.org, my personal favorite random number generator, to assign these. Okay. Excellent. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go through the teams. So we're going to start with Group A, and we'll give them 1, 2, 3, or 4. Watching? So they got 1. So we're going to take BDS out of Pool 1, and we're going to put them in Group A. And we're going to repeat this. Yeah, it is made in Brazil. Yes. All right. And we're going to continue this down the line. Now there's 3 teams to choose from. We'll go down to 3. We again got 1. TSM goes to Group B. We take them out of the list. We have 2 teams remaining. We just got 1 every single time. Giants Gaming and Cloud9. That's Pool 1. Okay. Then we've got Pool 2. In Group A, we're going to put Dark Zero. Oh boy, this is already looking like a scary group. I guess we're starting with the good teams. So the groups are going to look very good to start, and then they're going to get shittier. Then we have Space Station and TSM. Oh, fuck yeah. So I feel like I'm the only one who gets more excited when there's interregional battles in groups. Then we have NIP, leaving Liquid for Cloud9. I did start with the Immortals. Yes. Okay. And then we can get rid of this shit. Excellent. Then we've got Pool 3. Group A will take the 4th spot, Empire. Holy shit, that's stacked. We'll take Empire off the list. Then we'll go down to 3 teams. Group B will get Wildcard. Oh, poor Wildcard. Group C will get Virtus Pro. And then Group D will get 1. Excellent. Group A will get Oxygen. Group B, we're going to take Oxygen off the list before we run this. We'll get FaZe. Group C, we'll get Mibber. And then Group D gets G2. Last but not least, Pool 5. Makers. I guess there's no more commas. Take them out. Number 2, Altiora. Good old Canadian boys. Kaganins. Last 2. Hag. INTZ. All right. So we've randomized some groups. Obviously, this prediction is like, we don't even know what the groups are going to be, nor do we know the format. So this prediction is it's pretty ridiculous, and definitely just for fun. But we can still, mess around with it anyways. Let me zoom in a little bit more so that you guys can see it a little bit better. Okay, excellent. Wow, Group C. Okay, Group A is BDS, Dark Zero, Empire, Oxygen, and Makers. That's gonna be a tough group. Absolutely. Group B, TSM and SSG. That's a good rivalry that we have. Wildcard, FaZe, and Altiora. Okay. Group C, we have Giants, NIP, Virtus Pro, MIBR, and CAG. Okay, Nip looked like they're maybe walking away with that one. And Group D, we got Cloud9, Liquid, 1, G2, and Ints. Yeah, Nip definitely looked good there. Okay. So let's rank these. Let's get into this. First place. Okay. Group A, who do we think's getting first? Well, it's not going to be MKers. It's not going to be Makers. Oxygen, Empire, Dark Zero, BDS. Good lord. Okay, I'm not going to take Oxygen over Dark Zero. So I can't put Oxygen first. Between BDS and Empire, I mean, BDS just won. Or Empire just won that matchup. However, BDS have been more competitive throughout the year. Correct? I did watch these games. I did take notes on them. Major 2, Europe. Oh, is it not going to take me there? I have to... That's interesting. BDS 100%, BDS, Empire on the up and up of BDS. They got slammed, though. I guess it was only technically 2 maps, and BDS did win. No, Empire won up there, too. Really? I mean, I think I agree with you, chat. I think it is BDS, but I don't think, you guys are going hard for BDS. I feel like Empire would take more of a shot than that. We'll give it to BDS, though. Or do we? Because we'll give it to BDS over Empire. I don't know that I'm willing to put BDS over Dark Zero here. Now I know it's gonna sound kind of bad, but I really think Dark Zero are playing fantastic. And they've been choking some tournaments, right? But like I think post Stage 1 qualifier, Dark Zero have played really, really well. I think Dark Zero win this group. I genuinely think Dark Zero win this group. Maybe I'm just biased. I mean, I'm certainly biased, right? And keep in mind, I've been watching NA all season long, and I've watched probably around 10 European matches closely, plus scattered games here and there. So I think I want to take Dark Zero here. I mean, I've seen BDS's best games. Like, I've seen them in their majors. Like, I've watched almost the entire of Major 1 and Major 2. So I've seen a lot of those best of 3 games from BDS. And I don't think the level of play is up with Dark Zero. Chat, I respect your opinion. I respect that opinion, but I'm putting Dark Zero first place out of Group 1. I'm putting BDS straight into second, to be clear. After this, we're going to have to discuss Oxygen versus Empire. Makers are last. Let's just get that out of the way. I think probably it is Empire third. I think Oxygen probably have potential, but they just aren't consistent enough at winning. So I'm going to agree with you there, chat. I think Empire over Oxygen. Stop the fucking count. There we go. And I think that's our Group A. Okay. Group B, we have TSM, Space Station, FaZe, and Altiora. Okay. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, chat. But FaZe is kind of ass right now, right? I mean, they had a really bad stage 2. Like, they shouldn't have even been... they shouldn't have even made it to the qualifiers if Brazil didn't have a really fucked up system. Right? SG TSM is a toss-up. They're not the same. Like, let's look at FaZe's record for stage 2. Like, let's just, like, I guess a close loss against Liquid. They slammed BD. Close loss against Ints. Like, tying with Santos. I mean, I don't know, dude. Very close with Nip. I guess they're still they're still with it. They just had some shaky games, like some close losses. No, I don't want this. I don't want this at all. But then they've got like shit like, why are you tying with W7M? Your FaZe clan. Like, you're getting stomped by one. One's pretty good. Flynn will never admit it, but because what I'm wondering here is, do we take Altiora over FaZe clan? Do we take Altiora over FaZe clan? Because I want to. And I think this is the only way I can justify not putting Alt last. I'm telling you right now, Wildcard are getting top 3. Fuck it. This isn't binding. I'm putting FaZe Clan last. Altior here. Altior for Wildcard is bold. And I will tell you right now, so this does not come out as a shock. Well, you know what? Let me write out their whole name, because I've been doing that earlier. Okay. I think Wildcard is very good. Like, I really think Wildcard are good. And I know they've been playing really shit teams all year long, and that's going to make them look better than they actually are. But when I watch, like, the Oceanic finals, like the major finals of Oceania, it looks relatively high level. Like, not the highest in the world, but it looks better than APAC North. I'm telling you, I'm going to say this right now. I think Wildcard are the best team in APAC. So I really think Wildcard are going to surprise a lot of people. Do I think they're better than TSM and SSG? Not a goddamn chance. No, I'm not going to put them top 2. I'm not crazy here. But I think Wildcard are sleeping, or a lot of people are sleeping on Wildcard, and I'm really excited to see what they do when they get to invite. Because I think Wildcard are a really good team. And then TSM SSG. Wildcard not one of the best teams in APAC? I just don't think that APAC North is very good right now. I really don't. I don't think Cloud9 are a very good team. I don't think Giants are a very good team. We'll get to that. TSM is winning in the recent. Yeah. And here's the thing. Space Station, like, if you even look back to the qualifier, which was a bit ago, but it's not that long ago, you know, they almost fucking lost to Disrupt. And that was a long day. I mean, keep that in mind. But I'm a lot more comfortable in TSM than I am Space Station right now. And Space Station had all the fucking advantages in the world going into that grand finals. Keep that in mind. And TSM still slammed them. So I think I like TSM better than Space Station right now. If the US finals, depending on what the US finals look like and how that goes, maybe my prediction will change. But for now, I think we got to take TSM over SSG. Group C. We can keep scrolling up here. All right. Giants Gaming, Ninjas in Pajamas, Virtus Pro, MIBR, and Cyclops Athlete Gaming. I mean, yeah, that seems like an easy win for Nip. I'm not gonna mess around here. We're just gonna put Ninjas in Pajamas. Nip over VP. You would reverse, but it's incredibly close between SSG and TSM. Yeah, I think that's fair. Giants versus Cags toss-up? Is it? I mean, before we really delve into the rest of this group, that's a bold statement. I don't know if I agree with that. Because I want to go back here and take another look. Let's look at the second major for APAC North. Okay. And let's just look at these games. Because I don't watch a lot of APAC North. I usually watch the grand final. I've watched both the grand finals. That's about it for APAC North because the times are really bad. But looking at Giants games, I don't believe they've played Cyclops. Well, they obviously didn't at the major. I don't think they did at the first major. I could be wrong. Cyclops did bring it close to Cloud9. They lost a third place match. And keep in mind, this third place match was incredibly important. I guess it didn't matter in the long run, but Cyclops losing this game meant they were out of SI for the points. They obviously won in the qualifier. How did the qualifier go for KEG? It wasn't a stomp, was it? I think it was close. Oregon was close. I don't know. It was okay. Otherwise, strong games from CAG. I think CAG is fine. Yeah, I mean, I think Giants are just way too consistent. And I don't know enough about the region to, like, think that Cyclops would have any specific advantages over Giants. So I don't think we can put Cyclops above Giants right now. Anyways, going back to the fucking list, because I don't even know where I'm putting these two right now. We have MIBR. MIBR lost pretty hard in all of the, you watched a shitload of APAC North? Giants are better than I think. I mean, maybe. I guess I have just been watching, like, the grand finals. Like, I haven't watched that much APAC North. I've watched the same amount of APAC North as I have Oceania, though. You think they're actually good? That's interesting. Everybody's saying VP is, Here's the thing. Like, again, I kind of only watch, like, the tail ends of the majors in Europe. And those are kind of always the points where Virtus.pro is losing. So I don't have, like, a super high standard for Virtus.pro. But I also recognize that, like, I have been watching them only when they lose. They're consistently getting third, aren't they? They got third in both majors. I don't see how that makes them consistently fourth. Obviously, different teams are jumping ahead of them. VP are the oxygen of EU. Don't say that. That makes me not want to put them as high. Consistently third. Okay, that makes more sense. I'm putting CAG at the bottom. CAG are getting to the bottom. Virtus.pro, the auction. Okay. I'm split on these middle teams. I'm split. I mean, can we say that MIBR is a good team? Can we respect MIBR, or are MIBR just lucky to even be at the Invitational? What are our thoughts on MIBR, chat? Because I've heard your take on VP. I've heard your take on Giants. What's your take on MIBR? Obviously, they were at the major. Which one's Brazil? Yellow. They lost every game in the major. MIBR are kind of the... I mean, not really the same as the oxygen of LATAM, because they're kind of the fifth place team in LATAM. That's true, but every international game for MIBR has been... Like, that's way too far in the past, really. I don't know. I guess there is some you can draw from it. I mean, which players are even the same? I feel like Souls is new. Cameraman was obviously not on this team before. Flynn's not high on MIBR. All right, against NIP, they really held their own. I mean, they beat them bad on Oregon and then took very close games. Like, MIBR could have knocked out NIP at the last major. Like, that could have happened. And then their other game, they could have won Oregon. They could have won Coastline. Dude, I feel like, chat, I feel like you're sleeping on MIBR. I mean, these are some good games. I didn't watch either of these games, to be clear. I still very much need to go back and review the other regions. You say MIBR are comparable to G2? Okay, I have a very different idea of G2 than you do, my friend. All right, chat, you've convinced me that MIBR, they don't have the same firepower as last year. I don't know, man. I want to put MIBR higher than what you guys are going to tell me is reasonable. I kind of want to do it. Let's look at their regular season games before we jump the gun. Slam W7M, that's expected. Close game and a not so close game against one. They fucking destroyed Liquid on Oregon. Okay. Tied and beat Furia. This is looking good so far. Not great against Black Dragons. Not great at all. Not great against Ints. They 7-0'd NIP. Regular season's looking pretty good for MIBR. Slam Santos doesn't matter. Santos is trash. I slam FaZe. Alright. We're gonna make Flynn mad. Giants are going there. I'm not gonna put MIBR Reverse Pro. What's up, Shamu? And then who's here? Who am I missing? Made in Brazil. That's what we're doing. The Group C, my fake Group C, is the one that I feel most uncomfortable with. I mean, Nip being first is the obvious pick, but beyond that, I don't know. You could debate that group for a long time, I feel. All right. Cloud9, Liquid, 1, G2, and Ints. Yeah. What do we think of this one? G2 first? Yeah. You would have done G2 versus Pro, or you would have done Giants versus Pro MIBR? Fair enough. Let's go Liquid. Are Liquid good? I mean, I want Liquid to be good. Let's assume that Liquid has the same core that they currently do. That's as far as I'm gonna go into it. You think this is an easy for Team 1? Oh. I like that take. Flynn and I have had conversations going back years about whether Team 1 is any good or not. I am of the mind that Team 1 is legit. Flynn is historically not agreed. I think he's coming around, though. Liquid... I mean, how did Liquid do at the Major? This is what I give a shit about. More so than the regular season. Major matters, though. Didn't they win the Major? Hold up. Did they not win the Major? Where's the fucking Major? Dude, the BR format is so bad. Shut it all down. Yeah, I don't need that anymore. Oh, actually, I might need that. Second on the Major? Which won the Major? I only won the Major. Axon, get out of here. This year has helped. You still don't believe? Fine. And Liquid played pretty good. If I remember, and I definitely watched this game, I definitely took notes. If I remember, like, Liquid really looked better than Team 1 in this. I think I like Liquid a lot in this tournament. Liquid won, 1 was second, yeah. Oh, and there was BR finals as well. I don't know how serious they took this. It's like 40,000 for first. And this didn't matter. Chat, was this a game that was taken seriously? You know what? Don't answer that question because it will justify MIR or MIBR being as high as I put them. So we're just gonna assume that it was serious and never look at it again. Yeah, okay. We actually do need to get back into here just to quickly peek at the regular season. Okay, regular season stage 2. I need to keep these tabs open. I just keep getting fucking lost in Wikipedia pages. Wikipedia's testing a new thing. I was DMing some of their developers about it just these like a couple of days ago. Not even, like yesterday. There's a really cool like head-to-head feature coming to Wikipedia. I think it's live. It might be just on my account and like some select users, but I think it's live to the public. But there's like you kind of have to know how to get there, which is pretty cool. Anyways, similar to what CCG has. Yeah, I wanted to look at Liquid's games. A tie and a 7-5 against W7M doesn't look great. 7-4, 7-0 against 1 does not look great. That doesn't look great. That doesn't look, well, I mean, this looks okay. This does not look great. That doesn't look great. Dude, what the fuck? This looks pretty good. If we're still thinking highly of NIP. We might be overestimating NIP as well. G2, Liquid, everyone else. I mean, yeah. I think that's fair. I think... Hmm. One third random. I'm liking what you're putting down here. I feel like I'm agreeing with a lot of what you're saying. C9 are a sleeper? I'm a sleeper on C9. I feel bad I'm just shitting on APAC, but like, I don't know, dude. You think Nip wins the whole thing? Fair enough. C9 liquid 1 G2 ints. Okay, we gotta make some decisions here. I think put let's put G2 first. I like G2 a lot. Despite their failures in stage 2, I think they're better than what they've shown. We're gonna put liquid second. Team 1 ints Cloud9. I'm sorry, APAC. I don't think I can do it. I'll give him. Uh, no, I'll give him. I'll. Shot. I kind of want to. Because listen to me. Ints have been playing really good in the qualifier. And they had some good games in BR6. And I just think Cloud9 kind of plays like idiots. So I'm sorry, Cloud9. I'm sorry, APAC. I'm sorry. I want to like you. I do like APAC. I like APAC. I hope they do well. But I have just not been impressed with what I've seen from APAC. I'm sorry, APAC North fans. I think Wildcard's a good team. So then we've got group. So, okay. We've got to figure out how this is going to work. I'm kind of just going to like straight copy paste what they did in this tournament. So they had Space versus Nordic. Or Noreg? Noreg. So they had this versus this. So Group B second versus Group A third. So round 1. We're literally just going to copy what they had. So Group B second, it's going to be Space Station versus Group A third, Empire. Oh, that's a spicy round 1. Then for the second game, Belgium and Limitless. Group C third, Group D second. Okay, Group C third, MIBR. Group D second, Liquid. Listen, Brazil, if you don't want your teams to always be playing against each other at the Invitational, stop having so many teams qualify. That's your own goddamn fault. Okay, game 3, Russia Fnatic. 2 from C and 3 from D. Okay. 2 from C is Virtus Pro. Versus 3 from D would be 1. And then last one should be Ukraine Big is 2A, 3B. 2A, BDS versus 3B, Wildcard. They do always knock each other out. Okay. Space Station Empire, who you got, chat? I know who I'm picking for this one. And again, I'm biased because I've watched a lot more North America than I have Europe. But I genuinely feel like North America is a stronger, like, a considerably stronger region than Europe. Not considerably, maybe. But, like, yeah. And I feel like Empire and SSG are both top of their, on the weekend too, are both top of their regions. But I like NA more than I like Europe right now. And again, that might be biased, but we're going to take Space Station. You can't really see the underlines, can you? Let's highlight them then. Is that ugly? Fuck it. We're taking Space Station. Top 4 NA equal top 6 EU? I might say it's even more lopsided than that. MIBR Liquid? I mean, Liquid's the easy choice. I haven't watched enough Brazilian Siege to think that maybe MIBR would upset. So if we're all comfortable picking Liquid, I'm going to go ahead and lock in Liquid on this game. This one seems like another easy one. Top 3 NA look like top 7 at EU. Wait a minute. Wait a minute, Axon. I think I've been juked here. That's true. There is more depth. Well, I don't know. I feel like once, like even once you drop off on NA, I still feel like you're pretty high on EU. Like, EU do stretch out their skill level, but I feel like their top of the skill level just isn't high enough. I don't know. I should just stop being so biased, I guess. Virtus Pro versus Team 1. No, I'm not going to tell you Disrupt's beating Navi or Tempra. I won't say that. I guess you're right. I'm thinking more Sonics and Oxygen when I'm talking about the drop off. Yeah. VP. I think you're right. I think we also take Virtus Pro. I like 1. I really do like Team 1. Old Stage 1 United doesn't beat anybody in fucking APAC North, okay? Not a single team. Stage 2 United can I don't know, they can hang in bottom Europe. First Pro, I think we're to take in this game. And BDS wildcard. This is kind of sad because I really was gonna make wildcard go far in this tournament. But they play BDS in round 1. So I'm sorry, wildcard. That's unfortunate. If only I'd given BDS the first seed. All right. Absolutely zero doubts. Round 2. Oh god, do I even have VODs on? So I might lose. Didn't BDS Dick Slam wildcard? I think wildcard have improved a lot in the last year. I hope I'm not going to hype up wildcard because, like, there's no real Australian games between now and SI, right? So the fact that I'm high on wildcard now means I'm going to be high on them up until invite comes along. So I hope, like, I don't just talk my mouth, like, leading up to Invitational, and then we're all watching, and they just get fucking dumpstered. Upcoming tournaments. Oh, there are the finals. Okay. So maybe I'll watch these finals, and I do think I'm going to watch these finals. Probably not live. It's probably going to be on, like, 2 in the morning. But it's on at 1 in the morning. Yep. But I'll probably watch this later. And we'll see. Okay. Round 2 is going to have Space Station versus back to WESG 2017 European Finals. Envy came down. That was the top of Group C. The top of Group C was Ninjas in Pajamas. Ooh. Look at that. A grand finals rematch in round 2. Are the finals this weekend? Yeah, I believe they are. Yeah, you're right. So just ignore me. Okay. That's pretty fun. Godsent was Group A. So our second game will be Liquid. Oops. Liquid versus Godsent. No, what am I doing? Top of Group A, Dark Zero. Okay. I don't like that being separated by a page. Then we have Virtus Pro. I don't know who they play yet, but I don't think Virtus Pro makes it past round 2. I'm not that high on VP. Ago? Group D. Well, maybe. Group D was kind of the worst group, wasn't it? Ooh, G2. Nah, I don't think I'm taking VP in that, but we'll wait. And then BDS. Games in an hour? What? APAC North games are probably in an hour. Assuming that's what we're talking. Wait, is it today? Shit, dude, it is today. I mean, it's on at 1. I was gonna shut my stream off and go to bed at like 12. Or at least like spend time with my girl at like 12. So no, I'm probably not gonna watch it up. I see. SEA game. You mean just essay? Or is it? I should really pay attention to how this works. No, okay. Okay, anyways, we're getting off topic. BDS, who they play? Wolos? Group B. Top of Group B were TSM. Union Mercs, okay. Union Mercenaries, I probably will not watch, because they will not be playing at the Invitational. Okay, Space Station Nip, who we got? These first 2 games are like really good, and then we kind of devolve a little bit. Well, no, Game 4 is actually really good as well. Space Station NIP, chat. Who do you take? Space Station NIP. I like NIP, dude. They have both fallen off. I will agree with that. And again, I'm more familiar with how Space Station have fallen off and like the reasons why and to what extent than I am with NIP. I mean, NIP came close to not, getting knocked out here. They almost got knocked out here though, and they didn't look amazing. I mean, they looked. This is a close game, I guess. 1 in 5 starting defense on Oregon kind of fucked them though. Oops. How'd they do in the regular season? We're gonna look back to this. Not a great finish. Really not a great finish. Really, that's a tie against Santos Dexterity. I don't think they're Dexterity anymore. They're just Santos. That's a 5-7 against W7M. Dude, are we? I think we're overrating Nip a little bit here. I don't even know if I should have given them. I mean, this looks good. I'm not even that comfortable. Like what? Is NIP that good, guys? Is NIP that good? This looks good. This is probably their best result of stage 2. This looks good too. But these are early games, dude. Flynn, I feel like your picks are all trash, man. I feel like you just don't have the picks. Yeah, Rampy is streaming. That's fine. I feel like we gotta go Space Station. I think we take Space Station over NIP in the rematch. I gave NIP a chance. I looked at their record. I didn't want to be biased towards NA. But I'm gonna be. Liquid Dark Zero. Liquid as well are a little bit... Well, no, they won the major. I can't say they're really slow right now. Liquid are kind of hot right now, aren't they? DZ beats Liquid? I think DZ beats Liquid. I'm comfortable locking this one in kind of quick. I think. And you know what? Let's rename this because this is quarterfinals. Right? Yes. Yeah, I think I'm comfortable locking in Dark Zero kind of quick. Is this fantasy SI bracket? Yes, Crater. We're building SI. We're at the quarterfinals. A year of shitty online games with the same teams day in and day out mean they lose a lot less. That's fair. That's a good point. All right, you guys already moved on. Yeah, we're taking G2. Don't worry, chat. We're taking G2. Didn't VP start glowing up? Here's the thing, and I mentioned this earlier, but like G2, if we look at their record, right? You're looking at a European major from stage 2, and you're worried if you're a G2 because you're like, man, G2 didn't even qualify. But keep in mind, G2 to not qualify. This isn't what I give a shit about. I want to go. No, this is what I give a shit about. Hold up. This is what I give a shit about. G2 like were 1 point off of qualifying because they like tied slash lost too many best of ones. I mean, G2 should not be considered a 7th place team in Europe based on this finish. Okay? You look at their best of 3 results and they fucking slam. So I'm comfortable taking G2 here any day of the week over Virtus Pro. Sorry, VP. You just know. BDS TSM. BDS TSM. God, who do we take BDS TSM? There was somebody in my chat earlier having a debate with me. It was NVM. Debating whether Bolo is better than Shaiko. And I think Shaiko is better than Bolo. But that doesn't necessarily mean BDS is better than TSM. Yeah, I think Shaiko is better than Bolo. TSM, I think, is deeper than BDS. BDS has some good players other than Shaiko. I'm not saying it's a one-man team. But I like everybody on TSM. I think TSM's a better team. Yeah, I mean, Bride is good as well. Bride is absolutely good. What's up, Krusty? We're creating a fake bracket for the Invitational, and we're predicting who's going to win. We're at the quarterfinals, and we're at the final game of the quarterfinals, which is BDS TSM. I'm split on this one. Because, like, I've watched TSM all season. I really like what I'm seeing from them. They're not the most consistent, but they play the game at a very high level. They definitely know what they're doing. You know, as high as anybody in North America. But BDS, I've heard like literally nothing but good things about BDS in Europe. Look, I think we take BDS. I know everybody's saying TSM, but I think we take BDS. I think we take B. You just missed my long explanation on why I picked G2 over First Pro. You've already lost. BDS is wrong. Mark my word. Chat's not how you listen. This is not. Yeah, you'll be fine. This is not. This is unfortunately not community. I appreciate your input, but at the end of the day, I'm taking BDS. They take it. 10 seconds left. Listen, it's fine. Semifinals. Space Station versus Dark Zero. And G2 versus BDS. Okay. Okay. I know that like there are some complaints about how I built this bracket. But if this were the fucking semifinal matches at the Invitational, amazing. Absolutely fantastic games. I mean, sucks for LATAM and APAC, obviously. But these are some great fucking semifinal games. Okay? Oh, this would be so fucking good. Space Station Dark Zero. Space Station Dark Zero. Now, this one I feel like I can answer pretty quickly, not because it'll be an easy match, but because, again, I've watched these teams pretty closely over the last year. And I take Dark Zero. I take Dark Zero in this matchup. Space Station are slumping. Space Station recently, Space Station throughout the entirety of Stage 2 have been playing at a lower level than Dark Zero have. Dark Zero's worst point was at the major. We're sure they did lose. They got third, but I still thought they played well for the major, and particularly they were playing well with like Hyper straight out of the goddamn hospital. Or no, I don't think he was out of the hospital. Don't quote me on that. I don't know what his situation was. But he wasn't feeling good. He hadn't been practicing with them for like a week. No, we're not gonna randomly make this double elimination. But the point here is like I don't think Dark Zero's major performances were that bad on them, and I don't think too much less of them because of this tournament. I mean, they very well could have won this game against TSM, the eventual champions. You know, Oxygen doesn't show up to majors. So that match is just sort of business as usual. And this one, other than Cafe, incredibly close game as well. Exactly. I don't think. Is this the anti-Dark Zero's an online team? Yeah, I mean, Dark Zero's not an online team. Doesn't make any goddamn sense. That hasn't made sense in years. We're taking Dark Zero over Space Station, okay? That's what it is. SSG lost to like a 5v2. Yeah, I mean, Dark Zero are the better team right now. Space Station could pull it back, and I'm not saying that Space Station, we haven't seen them play in months. Exactly. Like, Dark Zero have very much impressed me. And they've shaken a lot, in big important events. But I would also argue that within the last year, however, there haven't been as many big important events, but the events that the events Dark Zero have attended, they haven't shook, and I'm even talking about like, the stage 1 qualifier where they beat the Sonics. Dark Zero weren't shaking. It was a close game. They maybe weren't playing to their maximum level, but they weren't shaking. They weren't mentally letting you get to them. And that's something Dark Zero has really looked good at this year. I'm taking them over Space Station. No bias, your 3 favorite teams left in the scene. You don't think they beat SSG? I mean, that's fair. At this point, there are no wrong answers in my mind. BDS G2. BDS takes it over G2? I think I have to agree with that. Again, without being as knowledgeable on EU as I am in NA, the last real game we saw against G2 G2 BDS had G2 with all the advantages, and the better team still won. So I think we take BDS here. I think BDS beats out G2. Solely based off this game, a combination of because of this game and because of how Stage 2 went. So my thoughts on Stage 2 and how it's not a good indication on G2's current level of play. You feel like G2 take it? I think G2 has way more depth than BDS, especially with the prep. I suppose. I think like I am a little bit cold. Like I'm a big G2 guy. I think that G2 is a very good team. I'm a little bit cold on them just for the fact that like we haven't seen this version of G2 on LAN. You know, like G2, like Citizen and Virtue. This roster hasn't played on LAN, has it? Like the last time we saw G2 on LAN, they had like it was an SI where they had Fabian and what Goga, right? Yeah, I mean this roster, and it's not like one change. I mean this is two players you're subbing in. And what LAN? I mean Virtue's Australian, so he's gonna have quite a bit of LAN experience down in like Austin, in like fucking like all the finals, and they played at the Invitational. Citizen on LAN, they did have the Pro League Season 11 finals, right? No, I guess they didn't. He did play SI 2020, I guess. And Prem. I guess their LAN experience. That's not really a worry. I don't know. I'm just not as comfortable as this roster. We're going to take BDS. And we end with a grand final. If I can spell. Dark Zero versus BDS. This is it. This is like by definition the Caliber Jacob versus Jesse J Chick match. By the way, like if just putting that out there. If this is the grand finals, you're flying Jacob and I out to Europe, and you're putting us on the desk just for this game. Jacob's gonna win. Sup, chef? I've already, I said way early on in the stream who I thought was gonna win the Invitational. I'm taking Dark Zero. Again, this is coming from an analyst who has like been very much focused on North America for the last, 6 months. Longer than that. The light. Ah. Excellent. Thank you. My light almost just fell down. This is coming from an NA analyst who's watched a lot more Dark Zero than he has BDS. But I think the level of play we're seeing from North America at the very top, you can say that, but the level of play we see from all of the top teams in NA, I want to say, in terms of North America, the level of play from Dark Zero, TSM, and Space Station, particularly Dark Zero and TSM, has been incredible over the last few months. And I don't think Europe matches up. Space Station were on par with Dark Zero and TSM stage 1. I think they've fallen off a little bit. They could bounce back. Oxygen play at this level, at the level of these other teams, like 40% of the time. And then the other 60% of the time, they play at the level of like, losing a tempo storm or some shit like that. Like Oxygen are kind of all over the place, which is why I can't pick them to like do well in a group stage. But they could, I think Oxygen could upset almost any team in the world. They're just not going to do it consistently enough to win the tournament. But for Dark Zero, TSM, Space Station, I've seen ridiculously high level gameplay. I have to pick Dark Zero. So you can tell me I'm overhyping DZ. I think that's fine. You think Europe looks weirder because it is truly deeper. There's just not a clear-cut blowouts. That's fine. That's fine. You call that OXG upset over SG? Fair enough. I don't see Europe winning this tournament. I mean, they still play fucking CEO on Consulate. Like, this is not a region that's gonna win Invitational. Think it's gonna be SSG or TSM? I don't know, man. I don't think Space Station Gaming are a top 2 team in NA. Like, TSM are a very much valid pick, I'd say. Or alt. I think TSM are a strong pick. I think BDS are a strong pick. I think NIP, even though we eliminated them all the way back here, are a strong pick. I don't think Verse Pro is that strong of a pick, but maybe I'm sleeping on them. NA Golds don't even go top floor. Exactly. I don't know. I think the valid picks to win the major are Dark Zero, BDS, maybe G2. Yeah. Space, TSM. Space Station probably on a tier right below. And like maybe NIP. I guess NIP. Maybe Liquid. Maybe NIP Liquid. I feel like my list of viable winners of Invitational. This is how we're going to end off the stream, because I'm going to bed after this. Dark Zero. We're going to do it this way. TSM, Space Station, BDS, PSM. G2. Do we put Empire on this list? I'm going to put Empire on this list. Empire, NIP, Liquid. That's my final list. I feel quite confident. Over 50% at least. Maybe that's not as confident as you'd want, but you know, for a tournament that is so far out, we don't know all of the teams, we don't know the format, you know, I think it's impossible to be too confident on the winners, but I feel reasonably confident that the winning team will be one of these teams.